How to Build Links Part 3, Article and Content Marketing by David Harry. For more information, visit www.the-seo-handbook.com. Article Marketing. Much like directories, there's a considerable debate on the efficacy of these approaches. For me, a big part of article marketing can be quality over quantity. By that, I mean all distribution channels were not created equally. Sometimes, getting a prime location for your article on an industry authority news site can be a hell of a lot better than having it whiling away on 50 unknown article repositories. For me, it breaks down into a few areas that can be beneficial. Surf in traffic. This is really an important reason for article marketing. Above and beyond all else, a well-written article and marketed article will bring you traffic in the short and long term. I get traffic to our sites that came from an article I had written and marketed over a year ago. If you write a well-thought-out article that has lasting value, it'll live out on the internet for quite some time. Traffic is always my goal, and this is a major value to article marketing. Link profile development. This, while not a primary focus for me, is a great additional benefit. Search engines, to a certain extent, base rankings from the number of backlinks or inbound links a website has pointing to it. This gives article marketing its second value. Through use of proper link text and keyword phrase and usage, your article marketing campaign can have a positive effect on your rankings and search referrers. For full effectiveness, be sure to learn about building your link profile. Building brand. Well-written articles and building a body of work will also help build the brand of your company or yourself as an authoritative figure on the subject matter. This is also invaluable to any enterprise or undertaking. The opposite is also true, that poorly written, shoddy, or lazy articles can harm your reputation. Do it right or don't do it at all. These methods are usually enough to get things rolling as we start looking at some more developed methods of link building that will enhance the overall link profile. Think about the actual value of the placement as far as potential traffic, branding, and reach. You will find that when you do so, that the links are of a better quality and the benefits greater. When it comes to article marketing, we seek to get as much value as possible. This means we don't simply toss off a bunch of copies of the article to repositories far and wide. You need to look at what makes the most sense strategically and plan from there. Content is content. Now, the first thing we're going to need is a writer. If you have someone in-house that's already creating content, marketing materials, or managing the blog, we're in business. If you find yourself creatively challenged, then looking at bringing in a professional writer as a sock puppet staffer is also an option. Much like content for the website, cutting corners will ultimately weaken the program. You seek to create content that would be of a quality high enough that you'd publish it on your own site. Not some knockoff garbage piece that's 400 words long and devoid of value. That's not going to get us what we want, and at worst is negative branding. You're seeking to build authority, become ubiquitous in the market, and hopefully get some links that do more than please search engines. We actually get some traffic. Finding the targets. Next, we want to establish some targets for content placement. Remember, article marketing is more than mere repository overload. We can generally look at a few locales for potential promotion. Article repositories, the most common form of article marketing. Industry media outlets. Most markets will have media or news portals. Guest blogging on first and second tier industry blogs. Supplier websites. Create how-to articles, frequently asked questions, etc., etc. And vertical markets. Websites of related non-competitors. Basically, you need to get inventive and look for those that might appreciate some free content. Some of these relationships may not happen overnight. Cultivation is often required. But an article is often nothing more than content, with accreditation to you. This is how the path should be traveled. Article repositories should really only be used for posts that you feel are weaker than others and aren't suitable for higher level branding. But even these should be at least of an average quality, as any distribution is still a representation of you and your enterprise. Crafting the article. Now that we have some varied targets, we can set about trying to establish some demographics for the audience. Whenever possible, don't be shy and simply talk to the editors of your target site and ask about the people and topics that fly well. Most times, they can give some great qualitative feedback, which helps when crafting the tone and language of the article. I won't get into the nuts and bolts of targeting, as that's more of a writing element and beyond the scope of this video. But what is important is that the article is set up to succeed. Getting the links. The best links to have are what are known as editorial links. These are links within the actual content themselves. This is something that should be used sparingly, and don't fill up the article with a ton of them from one end to the other. Each post should have 1 to 2 nicely targeted but relevant links to your site. This is also extra important with distribution via article repositories, as it ensures that if someone reprints it without the author bio, that you still get a few backlinks from it. If we're targeting a specific location with our article, we're sure to get a link in the author bio, and latitude for a few editorial links within the post as well, to relevant content on your site. Targeting considerations. Just as we did with the directory submissions, we want to vary link text as much as possible. This means a unique author bio for each and every article repository, and diversity in link texts for our other distribution channels. What link text should you be using? That all depends on the strength of the potential link location. Try and use your core target terms for the stronger sites, and work your secondary terms with the larger distribution channels. Also, remember to incorporate targeted titles for the post, and include words from your lists of semantically related support terms. To get the entire simple-to-follow SEO handbook, visit www.the-seo-handbook.com.